A new CBS comedy is bringing the laughs to Monday nights. Poppa's House is from the creative minds of Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr., and it follows a legendary talk radio host and happily divorced Poppa as he tries to navigate the work challenges while balancing family life, including his parenting of his adult son. And joining us now are actors Atkins, who plays Dr. Ivy, and Tetona Jackson, who plays Nina. Welcome to you both.
Oh, thank you.
And Essence, what's your favorite part about playing Dr. Ivy? And do you see any similarities between yourself and her?
I mean, I think Dr. Ivy is mega accomplished, and she definitely diagnoses all of everyone's issues, often dispensing the prescription she needs most, which I think is a true characteristic of most of us. Like when we give ourselves our girlfriend's advice, we're often like, oh, I could have used that bit of advice last week. Why am I so wise for her and not so much for myself? But she's always meticulously put together. She always has something very wise to say, but at the same time, she's a dysfunctional mess. So yeah, there's a little bit of me in there.
No, and I love it. I think a lot of people are going to relate to that character, you know, kind of looking all perfect on the outside, but inside having those struggles. Tetona, you play Nina, who is Junior's wife. Yes. How does the show highlight, you know, the nuances of married life and family?
I think one of the things that I love about Junior and Nina's marriage is they love each other wholeheartedly. They support each other, and you never see them blow up into an argument. Whatever happens between them, they work through it, they talk through it, and they end on a good note. So I think it's beautiful to see a young couple and a young Black couple be able to navigate their marriage in a healthy way.
And I think the different things that you all do to kind of stay together and not fight are things that real life couples can do. Because I was watching some things you all were doing and like, I'm going to try that, you know, kind of laugh it off and do these different things. So Essence, you're no stranger to working with the Wayans family on projects. How does this project compare to your other work with them?
Well, it was my first time working with Damon Sr. I'd worked with every other Wayans, which is probably, you know, a gaggle of 1,000 at this point. But he was the last Mohican for me and someone that I desperately wanted to work with. And, you know, the similarities are that they're all hilarious. They're all very hardworking. They show up in kindness. They show up in consideration, and they show up to collaborate and make a great story. And they invite everyone who's there to participate. They don't really have a big ego about them in terms of needing credit. It's just about what can we do to make this the best story, the funniest story ever told. What I will say, the difference between working with Damon and Marlon is Damon is much more in the cut. He's much more laid back. He's a really fantastic listener. Like, I really feel like he is hanging on every word and trying to either extrapolate some sort of joke or some sort of moment that he can use later. But he's a wonderful listener.
And Tetona, what do you hope viewers take away from the show?
Love. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of love in this show. There's a lot of laughter. There's a lot of ridiculousness, but you get to see each one of our characters navigate our lives in a very real way, but it's also funny. And I think one thing that our show has is you get to see a lot of raw moments between our characters, and
you even get to see raw moments at the end of the show because we have bloopers at the end.
We have our bloopers at the end of the show. But you get to see, you know, there's a beautiful thing about a real father and son playing father and son on TV. That's chemistry that you won't get anywhere else. And I think it brings a lot of laughter and love to your screen.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you brought up the bloopers. That's one of my favorite parts, the bloopers at the very end. It's so hilarious. Actors Essence Atkins and Tetona Jackson, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you can watch new episodes of Poppa's House Monday nights on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.